or not. Welcome to my new FIFA 20 series where I'll be talking about the most affordable tanky players that are comparable to the likes of Hullet, Vieira, Maldini, or some absolute flops that are overpriced and overrated and do not belong in your squads. So if you're like me and you're low on coins right now, then you should be sticking by and watching this video so you can see what players you can put in your epic squads. Now how this is going to work is that I will be using a performance rating system. There will be 3 ratings. The first being not it, as in this player is not a tank, his stats don't translate well into the game, and he does not belong in your squad. Second being meh, as in he's inconsistent, he doesn't, his stats don't translate well into the game, and he's just not quite a tank. The third being certified tank. If I put this stamp next to a player, that means you get him immediately. You complete the SBC, or you put in the coins to purchase this player because this guy is a certified tank. There's not much need to be said. You put him in your squad immediately. Now let's get on to the video. What's crack-a-lackin'? I'm back again. Today we're going to be doing another tank or not video about Futmas Sbc Vidal. He's one of the better SBCs out of the dreadful Futmas SBCs this year. And this is because he's only 65,000 coins on the PS4 and 70,000 coins on the Xbox. Now, he's only 65,000 coins, which really isn't a lot considering he's an 86 rated player. He plays in the La Liga. He plays in Barcelona, so he can link to, Gerard Piqué, Semedo, Antoine Griezmann. And in general, he can link to other La Liga players, so he's easy to fit in any La Liga squad, La Liga / hybrid with another squad. So yeah, he's very linkable. So now, after doing a bit of research on Futbin, I found out that he's actually comparable to the likes of icon CDMs and center mids, like with the right chemistry styles applied. Which is, absolutely nuts, to be honest. For an 86 rated player, that's a lot. The thing is with Vidal is that you can play him in different roles. Like you can play him as a center mid that kind of plays in behind the center attacking mids, the wingers. Like as in his job is to bring the ball from the defense and just push it forward. Or he can play as a sweeper type CDM type player, as in he stays back, he just cuts passing lanes, he intercepts the ball, and he can play as a CDM as well. So if you want to play him as a center mid, you have to apply the anchor chem style. So here we have Arturo Vidal with the anchor chem style applied, and I'm comparing him to middle Vieira. So as you can see with Vidal, he has 75 pace, which isn't too fast, but his other stats make up for him. He has 89 dribbling, 82 shooting, 87 passing. These are all better than Vieira's stats. Vieira only has 84 dribbling, only 75 shooting, and only 80 passing, which is a bit surprising. Vidal has actually better defense with 87 defense compared to Vieira's 86 defense. And their physicalities are quite comparable. Vidal's 88, one less than Vieira's 89, but at the end of the day, Vidal is an 86 rated player, so I'm gonna cut him some slack on that one. And because Vieira's a 6'4", absolute tank in this game, he's gonna naturally have a better physique than Arturo Vidal. But that's just crazy. Look at their prices. Vidal's 65,000 coins, and Arturo Vidal is about 1.7 million coins on the current market, which is insane. 65,000 coins is nothing to Vieira's price. So this is quite an affordable card for casual players who don't have enough time to grind it out and earn coins to get players like Vieira. So I feel like Vidal is a very good cheap option. So now, if you want to play him as a sweeper type player, the best chemistry style to apply to Arturo Vidal would be the shadow chemistry style. So with the shadow chemistry style, his pace goes up to 83. Okay, but sorry. First of all, he's being compared to Icon Essien, and this guy is one of the best Icon CDMs in the game. He's a new addition to FIFA 20. And look, just look for yourself. He's also a similar price range to Middle Vieira. He's 1.7 million compared to Vidal's 65,000 coins. Now, with the shadow chemistry applied, Vidal goes up to 83 pace compared to S-Wine's 85 pace, so the similar pace. But Vidal has 94 defense, so he's actually a better defender he's a better defender stats wise than S-Wine. And he also has, similar physicalities. He has 88 physical compared to S9's 90 physical. Vidal has better passing, better shooting, and better dribbling. So not only he with the shadow chem shot has he has better stats than S-Wine in general, with the total stats of 512 compared to S-Wine's 504, which is insane. Like he's an 86 rated player. And it's just mad. Like this is such a good alternative if you don't have the coins for S-Wine. But as you may know, in this series, stats don't mean anything until I put it to the test. So what we're going to do now is play a couple of Foot Champions or Division Rivals games with him to see, how he does. I'm going to play him as a center mid in a 4-1-2-2 formation, so I'm going to be applying the anchor chem set to him. And I'll see you then. So now we're going to be looking at some gameplay. This was over some Division Rivals games in Division 4, which is a pretty hard league. But man, Vidal really shined through. As you can see in these highlights, his aggressiveness really shows on the ball. That's the one thing I noticed about him in these couple of games, that his aggressiveness helped so much in key situations. Cause he just got the ball back so frequently, and it was just so easy for me to set up my plays. Cause he'd just immediately get the ball back from my opponents, and just set up the next play just like that. I played him. Oh, just look at that. I played him as a center mid in a 4-1-2-1-2. So what his role for me was to transition the ball from the defense to the offense. And the way he did it was so fluid. It just worked well with my team's dynamic. I put him on a 10 chemistry, but it feels like he had 20 chemistry. Like he made everyone around good. As you can see, that goal there was just beautiful. Like he was amazing in defense and offense. He has good touch on the ball. He has good ball control. Look at this, one flick, boom. And he was a monster at my opponent's half, and he was just an amazing playmaker, which is not what a lot of my CDMs, my center mids do in this year's FIFA. But this guy was obviously the exception. Like just going through these highlights, you can see that Vidal's constantly, making plays in the midfield so that it sets up my attack, sets up my offense. He plays like a Barcelona tiki-taka style, short passes, pass and move, which fits my style of gameplay. If you want a fast build up, I feel like Vidal would be perfect for that. Now I applied the anchor cam style to him, so his dribbling really showed. His dribbling went up to 89, and yeah, in some key situations, his dribbling was quite tricky for my opponents to handle. As you can see, Vidal set up that play again there, and yeah, he was just constantly, he gets the ball back from kickoff, and boom, he's already threatening my opponent with his forward play. And he felt like such a good all-rounded player. He's dribbling, making those type of passes that some cams can't even do, even though he sat back behind the cams, which was perfect. This is what you want from a box-to-box midfielder, from your center mid. Quick dribbling, he was good at defending, his passes were perfectly weighted, he had good vision, and yeah, he was amazing. And when it comes to my final verdict, like you won't be surprised. This guy was a delight to play alongside Renato Sanchez. Those two are a deadly, deadly combo. And yeah, just I'm appreciating these highlights for myself because the players I have currently do not match up to Vidal, to be honest. I'm in the future. I'm gonna try to build a team around him to be like, cause I can't afford the icon CDM center mids, and I'm sure most of you can't afford them as well. So I feel like this guy can be a really good cheap alternative. He plays in he plays in Barcelona, so he can link to a lot of Barcelona players like Antoine Griezmann, Semedo, Gerard Piqué, and Lionel Messi, and he plays in the La Liga, so you can fit him in your overpowered La Liga squads. La Liga has tons of good players, so just imagine him with Bale, Hazard, Dembele, and just like what like I can't emphasize how good this card was for me in these couple of games. I was really impressed with him. You know, I played what 2-3 games with him, and he just shined, man. He shined. He got the ball from defense immediately got it forward, and he really complimented my attackers by making them go on super threatening runs that like led to goals eventually. And I think while there's going to be a highlight of him scoring a last minute goal, and now you need to tell me that if you need to tell me if your center mid does that. Do your center mids make attacking runs like Arturo Vidal and scores goals in the 90th minute? I don't think so, man. Like, that's one thing I noticed about him. He was just a good attacking threat as a center mid. You'd think he's slow and clunky with his 75 pace, but honestly, that's more than enough. Like, what he does off the ball, on the ball is just way more important than having pace. His dribbling got past my opponent's center mids easily. Like, he reminds me of Frankie De Jong type dribbling, Renato Sanchez type dribbling. It's not the best. It's not like Lionel Messi type dribbling, but it does the job against my opponent's center mids. And just he was a delight to play with, to be honest. I can't recommend a player enough like Arturo Vidal. He wow, just I think it's coming up a bit soon, but he scores a banger of a goal to end the series of games I played with him. And just I'm looking at my highlights here, and yeah, he's always in the right position defensively and offensively, to be honest. And yeah, so this has been Arturo Vidal's highlights, and I'm gonna be seeing you soon with the final verdict. So now we'll be moving on to the final verdict. So that final verdict is that Arturo Vidal is a certified tank. I mean, what else were you expecting? Did you not see the highlights? Like, he was just so amazing to play with. He was a delight in the midfield. Like, he did what a center mid was supposed to do. He got the ball from the defense. He transitioned it well into the offense. The weight distribution of his passes were perfect. He was pinpoint passing. He matched my tiki-taka style of play. That's exactly how he plays in Barcelona as well. But like in game, he was just so crucial for me. In a 4-1-2-2, you want to have a fast build up. You want short passes. Pass and go, so that it leads up into your opponent's half and ends up being a goal. In the final third, tiki taka is key, and this guy was like nothing short of it, to be honest. But like his role as a center mid was to obviously dominate the midfield. With his aggressiveness, he got the ball back like a lot he got the ball back like consistently throughout the games. To be honest, you know, I played two, 3 games with him. I won 2, drew 1. That draw was an absolute BS. It was unfair. I should have won. And Vidal was like key towards those victories. Like he dominated the midfield. It's what he does in real life as well. But you know, in previous FIFAs, his cards were overpowered as well, especially in FIFA 17. In FIFA 18, in FIFA 19, they screwed him over, but you know they really brought him back big time with his Futmas SBC. To be honest, now I just like I'd highly recommend this card, like, cause he gives me vibes of a Ruud Gullit, a Vieira, cause how well-rounded he is. Just like as you can see, as you saw at the start of the video, I showed you his stats. It was very comparable to Middle Vieira, to Essien, and he's what, only 65,000 coins on the PS4, 60,000 coins on the Xbox. I mean, like, if you have him in your club, you need to play this guy, because like honestly, I have, you know, high top tier players, and I 100% try to put this guy alongside with them every time. You know, I have Pogba, I have Kante. I make sure I put Arturo Vidal in my squad, and when I don't, I just see a drop in quality. To be honest, like, this guy is the perfect box to box midfielder. He's not too slow. His passing is perfect. His defending is good. His attacking threat in game is amazing. His stats transition well into this game. He's not a flop. He is a certified tank. So this has been your boy Shiz with another tank or not video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you again.